Alright guys, in this video we will be going over how to set up the Genie receivers, how to activate them and then set them up for programming. So once you get to the screen on your main Genie, so that is the big receiver, the Genie receiver. Once you get to this activation screen, what you're going to do is go on your phone, alright, load up the retailer website, and then we're going to click on the icon that says customer activation. Okay, at this point you can go ahead and hit that little arrow to close that out. Alright, so from here where it says DirecTV account, go ahead and put the customer's account number. And that's the only field you need. Go ahead and hit submit. Alright, once you get there, here, zoom out a little bit. Alright, so if you go to the very bottom where there's the equipment. Alright, so right here guys, you can see that there is the leased HD DVR and then the DirecTV client, right? So what we're going to do is go ahead and put the receiver ID number that we see on the screen into the top one. Okay, and then go ahead and press done, and then click on another box. Oh, and there you go. It should auto-populate the rest of those numbers. Okay, now go do the same thing for the Mini in the living room. Alright, so here we are at the living room. You could just take the client off, and the numbers are on the back here. You're gonna need the serial number off of the back to put into the right there on the client one. So go ahead, Sean, here, put the serial number. Do you have those two little pieces of paper? Alright, so with the receiver, when you install them, they come with these stickers. So if you keep them, all the numbers are here. So right here is that serial number, A51. Go ahead and input that in on this left side. Yep, A51. Alright, so with the Mini, guys, the number doesn't display on the screen, so you do have to put it in, whether you take it from the back of the Genie or from the sticker. And again, the same thing, once you put it in, it should auto-populate the rest of that. Alright, so if you get the main TV on for the Mini, you'll still see that it's just giving you an error for select a server. Don't worry about it. Don't worry if it's on the activation screen or not. The client does not have an activation screen. So at this point, what we're going to do is, now that all the information is in for the receivers, what I want you to do is the location, receiver location, I want you to change one to the living room and one to the RV bedroom, and then after that you're going to hit the activate button. So again, the top one is the Genie, so we put the Genie in the bedroom, so we'll just put RV bedroom, and because these are on his only receivers, we'll just leave the living room the same, so RV bedroom, and leave the other one listed as living room, and go ahead and hit activate. Okay, once you activate it, a pop-up comes up that says, do you want to activate? And just leave your phone alone for a minute, and you'll see another pop-up come up. Okay. And there it says equipment activated. Okay, go ahead and close. Now we're going to go into the bedroom where the main Genie is. Alright guys, so you can see at the main Genie screen, you can see that it's going into verifying your installation. That means that your activation went through. So we're just going to wait for it to load up. Grab the remote. Okay, so once it's done verifying, at this point it's asking you for a location name. So since this is in the bedroom, we're going to label it bedroom. Now I am pulling the door open because the remote is not set up for RF, so the remote has to be pointed at the receiver. So we're going to change that over to bedroom. Then after that, go over to save name. Right, we're going to choose English as our preferred language, and at this point it's going to ask you to do the remote setup. So go ahead and begin remote setup, and we're going to do RF remote setup. Alright guys, so once you get to this screen that says RF remote setup, go ahead and get your remote, and make sure that you have the door open and it's facing right to the receiver. And you're going to start off by pressing the mute and select button at the same time and push and hold them until you see the double flash. Okay, once you see the double flash, go ahead and press 961 and then the channel up button once, and then press the enter. So after it programs, you'll see that it'll automatically go. This is only on the Genies. You'll see that the other receivers, you have to set up the remotes differently, but for these, after you do that, it'll automatically come to the screen. And then we're going to go on to skip this step. You can close the door at this point because the remote is now radio frequency and not IR, meaning you don't even have to point it at the receiver and it'll still work. So at this point, we're just downloading the guide. Alright guys, so once it finishes setting up and downloading the guide, you should see it load up. Just exit out of this. Alright, and this is the very important part. So on your remote, you're going to hit your menu button, press OK. You're going to go down to settings. Again, I'm just hitting the arrows and hitting select. So settings. All right, we'll go over here, hit settings, the select button again. And from this screen, guys, we need to go down to where it says whole home. All right, so this is very important on all Genie setups. This is how we make our network. So from the whole home option, we're going to go down to where it says manage clients. Click on manage clients, and down here you'll see some options. We want to add client. All right, at this point, you'll see that it's given this number 7836 as our PIN. And if we go up to the front and go grab your remote and aim it at there, hit continue. Give it a second to continue, and you'll see right here on the bottom it asks for that PIN. So put 7836. All right, once it does that, it'll verify your installation. And one of the key things to know if your network is proper is to see that green light on your Mini, right? That green light means that it's communicating with the Genie in the rear. So once this loads up, it'll be just like the other one. It'll ask for the name, so you'll just put in living room. Give it a few minutes. It takes a few minutes to do this mocha test. So after the verification is done, you can see now that it's asking for a location. We have it in the living room on this setup, so we're going to type in living room. Just go to L. It'll just start deleting everything. Okay, so we'll put living room. All right, and then after that, we're going to go over to save name. Save name. Next screen. All right, so you see right here, it says living room has been added to your home network. Click OK. It's going to ask you if you want to copy. Go ahead and just skip this step. All right, go ahead and begin the remote setup. RF remote setup. Follow the instructions on the screen. Again, he's holding the mute and select, pressing 961, channel up, and so after we've set up the RF, go ahead and skip this step. Go to watch DirecTV, and just go up one channel up to 202. Make sure CNN comes in, which is on the major networks. Alright guys, so we want to make sure we set up our settings on the receiver. So go ahead on the remote and hit the menu button. Go down to settings. Hit settings. We're going to go to display, preferences. Alright, we're going to make sure hide SD duplicates is on, which is what we want. Good. Go to over to video. Go back. Okay, go down to video, change it down to stretch, go over to TV ratio, make sure it's on widescreen. Alright, back, go down to resolution. Alright, make sure they're all clicked. That's good. Go ahead and get out, pull out, exit out, and you're good to go. We're going to do the same settings on the bedroom as well.